Welcome everyone to another Building Digital micro conference. My name is Kaiska Heel and I am the multimedia producer for Building Digital. Now this micro conference is titled The Future of AI Integration in Construction, sponsored by Ignite. So this micro conference will analyze how artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the construction industry by enhancing project planning, execution, and data management. Our panel will discuss the emergence of AI applications within construction, including predictive analytics for risk management, automation in scheduling, and real-time data analysis for improved decision-making. We'll also discuss the opportunities and challenges associated with implementing AI technologies in the built environment, providing valuable insights into both the potential benefits and the practical hurdles. So let's discover how leveraging AI technologies can transform your construction projects, drive innovation, and prepare your organization for the future of the industry. So we'll start with our first keynote, who is Pavlina Nikolova, the AEC practice lead for Europe, Middle East, and Africa at Ignite. So Pavlina, if you'd like to share your screen, we'll get started.
Yes, of course. Thank you for the introduction. So thank you everyone for joining this webinar. I'm very excited to be here and to talk about this hot topic, AI in the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. My name is Pavlina. I am architecture, engineering, and construction practice lead at Ignite. I've been in the construction technology industry for about 10 years now, and I'm really excited to talk about this topic and about technologies in general. So quick word about Ignite and what we do. So the company has been founded in 2008 in California. Our headquarters is there. And now we have more than 1,100 employees across the world, including UK, Europe. Recently, we've also opened an office in the Middle East as we work closely with that region as well. We have more than 22,000 customers, and our biggest vertical or our specialties are in the architectural, engineering, and construction space. And I'll talk a bit more about why those customers or those companies are choosing Ignite as their collaboration platform. So Ignite itself has three main pillars to support the industry. One of the main ones is collaboration. So we know that in our industry, the information that we use is touched by multiple stakeholders, internally, externally, and to have the latest version of the information and to have secure way to share links and control who have access to our data is very important. We also know that massive files are used across the industry. As technology evolves, we are talking about large federated BIM files, drone footage, reality capture technologies, etc. All of these files are very heavy. They need to be stored somewhere and to be accessed easily, even from the construction side. So we have the technology to provide those capabilities to construction companies. The intelligence is the second pillar that we'll talk more about today. And this is where we have the AI capabilities, where we can gain insights based on your data, past and current projects, and can help you understand what you have within your data to make more well-informed decisions based on your what you have learned from previous projects and to set up new projects as well. And when it comes to governance, this is where we've been using AI and machine learning for more than 13 years now, mainly to protect our customers' data. When it comes to data leakage and sensitive information. So we have customers that are working on a military projects and very sensitive information that they store within the platform. So we've been using machine learning to learn users' behavior and to detect unusual behavior. For example, if a user suddenly opens 1,000 files from unusual location, that will be immediately flagged to administrator. And this is just an example, but data security and governance is a big piece of our solution. And the data doesn't even need to be stored at Ignite. In this case, we can plug into third-party data environments like SharePoint, Dropbox, etc., and to analyze the data and identify sensitive information within those repositories as well. Quick example that we see of a Copilot, and when I say Copilot, I don't necessarily mean the Microsoft Copilot, but Copilot type of solutions, and how do we see our customers utilizing our AI capabilities. So one example is a single document interrogation. So a good example might be a contract or building specification document. We know how long and complex those documents can be, but also comparing, for example, if once you collect your proposals, you can compare those proposals to the RFP and make sure that those proposals align to the requirements within the RFP that has been sent. This is just one example, but also we can flag if there are any issues with the contract, for instance, a misalignment between deadlines and insurance policies and things like that. So I want to focus more on the role of AI in secure data management, and I want to talk more about how to prepare your data for a successful deployment of AI within the industry. So a big focus for us and for our customers and the industry in general is to how to prepare your data for AI implementation. The second step is to bring AI to your data instead of bringing data to AI. So with the AI hype, what we see now is a lot of what we call shadow IT and people copying and pasting information outside your company data to a third-party public domains. This is where we see lots of data leakage and cybersecurity also issues, but we don't want this to happen within our company. So if we do not provide the secure environment for our employees and our colleagues to collaborate and use AI within the company, then they will be definitely using third-party and public solutions to improve their processes anyway. So we encourage companies within the industry to make sure they provide the secure and safe environments for their employees to use AI effectively and securely as well. And the third step that we're looking at is to make AI part of the workflow. Again, we don't want to consider it as an additional step to our workflow. It should be very intuitive. It should be part of our processes instead of a separate step that we are looking at when we are doing our day-to-day work. And this is the promised land when we our tech stack and we pick solutions. And of course, this may vary based on your company tech stack, but these are some of the most common solutions that we see. And I like to make the analogy with Lego. We expect everything to come in order into different packages based on the different steps that we will follow in order to build our information and to manage our tech stack. But the truth very often is that many of those solutions don't talk to each other. And when we want to implement an enterprise AI solution to govern our data and to get insights based on what we have as a company data, we need a solution that can exchange and extract the information from all those tech solutions, point solutions that we use within the industry. So as I said, very often what we see at the end is just a bulk of pieces of information that we have. It's very hard to find the information across the multiple repositories that we have, and also the version control when we use multiple solutions is very challenging as well. And if we don't have, for instance, metadata standardization or file naming standardization, it is very, very hard to find the information, especially from past projects, but very often even from current projects. It is important also to know what pieces of our data are already redundant, outdated, not being used, etc. And this is part of the process of preparing our data for AI implementation. Similar to Lego, imagine if you have just this bulk of pieces without any instructions how to build the Lego piece or the Lego figure. You may get there at some point, but it will take you a very long time, and you will go through many mistakes until you get there. The good news is that AI solutions can help us preparing our data for AI implementation itself. So how is this happening? So one is that AI or enterprise data management solutions can help us find what data is redundant, not being used, and where we have version duplications as well. As I said, we need to make sure our data is clean so that we get the most of the AI solution and we get the best results out of it. Sensitive information is key thing as well. So hidden file within a hidden folder will not be hidden for a Copilot type solution. Once you ask the question, it will go and find it. And for instance, at Ignite, we are not just looking at the file naming when we're searching for data. We are searching through the files content, through DWG files, drawings, Revit files, etc. So the information that you need, it will be found. But again, you need to make sure you have the latest information and you don't have any sensitive data exposed. Also, you need to make sure that all permissions are aligned across all platforms that you've been using, but also once you consolidate the data in one place, is very often not as straightforward to assign permissions to group of people or certain people. For example, HR should only have access to certain folders, and nobody else should have should be able to see the data within HR folders. And this is just an example. Some principles that I want to share that you should be looking at when you're implementing an AI solution on top of your data. So your data, as I've mentioned, should be private. The AI solution should not be using your data to train the engines for third parties or for other customers. You need to make sure your data is secure and compliant as well. Many AI solutions also can help with compliance, let's say GDPR or Building Safety Act, for example. We can identify which documents are related to the golden thread and put automated compliances on top of them. So also AI needs to be purposeful. We don't want to implement AI just for the sake of having AI and because it's very trendy. We want to first identify what is the problem, what process you're looking to optimize within the company, and then go out and find the solution, test a couple of solutions and decide which one would fit you best. And when it comes to practicality, as I mentioned earlier, AI is best working, especially when it comes to your data, when it's in the background. We don't want people to necessarily think about how to use Ignite. It should be very native. It should be very user-friendly. For example, you open a document and you see on the right-hand side a summary of the document and some prompts that you can ask. You don't have to be an expert in using AI. It should be just a guide for you to make well-informed decisions. And that's my quick presentation. Hope I hope it was helpful, and I'm open for any questions.
Hi, Simon Folds, editor of Building Digital. So when you talk about helping clients ensure data is clean, how critical is that to ensure that the private data doesn't become an open domain?
So we've already seen some examples. I will not mention names, but there were some scandals around data leakage recently, mainly for using public domains with sensitive data. So as I've mentioned, if we provide a safe environment for our employees, they will not have the need to copy and paste the information somewhere else. But if we don't, they will definitely do, because everyone wants to optimize their workflow. They don't want to read 200 pages document nowadays when they have all the AI tools available. But also cleaning up the data means we are getting rid of duplications. So when we want to extract meaningful information from our database using AI, we have to make sure we have the latest documents. Otherwise, the tool will get confused and can bring false answers for you. And one more important thing is to always be able to see what is the source of the information. So if the solution is not using internet, but is also only using your data, it should be able to bring you the files that is extracting the information from, so that you can verify and check before you proceed.
Any more questions for Pavlina?
Yes, hello. This is Denise O'Leary. I help clients with bid writing, and I think AI is a massive leap for democratization for a lot of smaller organizations. I'd be really interested to get your viewpoint as to what you deem to be safe data spaces, particularly for micro and SME businesses who just don't have a lot of the AI knowledge.
Yes, so AI application can be for any size of companies. For example, at Ignite, we work with companies that are 5 people, organization up to thousands of employees. And we are an enterprise solution, so we solve many other problems. AI is just part of what we do to help our customers, because usually their data already sits within Ignite. So this is something that we add on top as intelligence. So I would encourage everyone to visit or attend those type of sessions and webinars to educate themselves on what they can achieve with AI capabilities, because we see many applications across the industry. We see lots of applications when it comes to architecture and design, the image generation, and lots of applications on the construction side, health and safety. We see robots used on construction sites and civil engineering as well, where, for example, it's not safe for a person to go and check, for example, the state of a bridge or something like that. So there are many applications of AI, but again, I'll go back to identifying what are your tedious tasks on day to day. Any administration work that is taking you, for example, 2 hours a week or 3 hours, or anything that can be optimized. First, identify what it is, and then go out and look for solutions. That will be my advice.
Okay, I'll do a quick summary of today's event. So first we had Pavlina Nikolova, who was the AEC practice lead for Europe, Middle East and Africa at Ignite. Pavlina introduced Ignite and the Content Cloud platform and gave a couple of examples of good practice user cases. Pavlina went on to discuss some of the problems in using AI within a company system, and the main point is to start with a well-governed data set. Pavlina asked the question, how ready are you for AI? And explained if your data is not clean and consistent, then tools won't be accurate, just like Lego, but without the instructions. Now, AI principles need to follow the pattern, private, purposeful, and practical, and most importantly, should be easy to use and user-friendly, as otherwise, what is the point? Then we had Alistair Reisner. He was the Chief Executive of the Civil Engineering Contractors Association. Alistair discussed the current state of AI in construction, highlighting its growing impact across management, commercial, delivery, and support functions. He also outlined the key benefits such as improved decision-making processes, optimization, cost forecasting, safety monitoring, and recruitment. But he also did warn of the significant risk, including data quality issues, privacy breaches, overdependence, workplace displacement, bias, and intellectual property concerns. With no formal AI legislation yet in place, Alistair stressed the importance of documenting AI use, conducting risk assessments, and understanding its impact on individuals. He concluded by recommending industry collaborations, adoption of existing standards, and targeted to manage AI risks and promote responsible use across the sector. And then finally, we had Thomas Hollingsworth, who talked about the future of construction. Thomas shared the company's journey towards a digital and AI transformation in construction. Starting from a tech-free site environment, Thomas spearheaded the integration of digital tools and real-time data, now embedded throughout platforms like Power BI and Ignite. BW drives innovation through collaboration with clients and consultants and tech companies via innovation hubs using agile rollouts and reverse mentoring to stay ahead. AI adoption from facial recognition on site to productivity tools like ChatGPT have improved efficiency, inclusivity, and accuracy across the business, even empowering neurodiverse team members. Emphasizing small, practical wins, trust, and ethical considerations, especially in recruitment, Thomas reinforced that AI is not replacing people, but acting as an assistant, and that companies without AI in their plans risk becoming irrelevant. So that was our Building Digital micro conference titled The Future of AI Integration in Construction, and it was sponsored by Ignite. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all for contributing.